All right, welcome to kind of a special edition of Stride University, and this is for a lot of our customers in the sewing and quilting industry that sell fabric by the yard. And oftentimes at the end of when they get to the end of the bolt, they might need to zero that bolt out at the end of the day and make sure that the inventory is at zero and that they archive that product. So this little video, I'm not going to do a click-through guide for it because you might do things differently, and that's totally fine, but this is just kind of an example of what could be done in how to adjust inventory in our system. So the first thing, there's kind of a couple ways I'll show, and it depends on how you want to do it, but initially if you come into the inventory module and we go into operations, you can do inventory adjustments. And from here, you can see this gives me a list of all my products that have either a positive or a negative inventory. Obviously, I don't have a lot of products, but they're here. Now, from this, you can do, we can, for zeroing out bolts, probably the easiest way is you can put your cursor in this search bar and scan the end of a bolt, and it will pull up that bolt, assuming that it has a positive or a negative inventory. If it's right at zero, it won't be in this report. But we're going to assume that sometimes products, when you get to the end of the bolt, you're probably off by just a little bit. So if that bolt's there, you've got 0 yardage, but it might show you've got a quarter of a yard or negative a quarter of a yard, however it is. So I've gone ahead and created a filter just so I can find my yardage products easier, and all I did was I created a filter based off of the unit of measure being yardage, and then I named it bolt 0. And so you can see here I've got all of my yardage products, and anything that is negative is shown up here. So I've got a few that are a little bit off. So I want to go ahead and zero these out. So you can sort these however you want, but these are the two that I have on my desk. My staff brought in and said, hey, we're out of these, we're done, there's no more left in the store. So I'm going to come in and say, perfect, looks like we oversold these. My actual counted quantity is I can click on here and hit 0, and then what that does is it says, hey, there's a difference, we're going to post an entry. If you're using the accounting system, it takes all care of all of that and say, hey, we're zeroing those out. Now, I can apply these individually, and that will just automatically apply it and give it a name of like, hey, inventory adjustment. But maybe at the end of the day, hey, like I want to know what this inventory adjustment was for on all of these products. So if I hit apply all, it's going to pop up and say, hey, what was this for? And I can just say, hey, this is a bolt 0. Like we zeroed those bolts out, they're done. I'm going to apply that. Now they're out of inventory. They've been zeroed. Now the next step would be I want to take these and I need to archive them because I don't want them to be sold online anymore. So I can go and I can search for them here, and I can say, hey, these two products that I just zeroed out and there's no inventory on hand, I want to archive. Perfect, not a problem. Archived, it's going to pull it off the website. This is my other one, that 008 blue. I'm going to go ahead and action archive that one as well. So that product has been archived, it'll be pulled off the website, no longer for sale. And then I can grab these guys as well and say, maybe I really want to pull them off and say, hey, we're all the way done. I want to make sure. I can just say, hey, unpublish on the website as well. If I want to be double sure that that they're done. So awesome. That's one way of doing it. Another way we could do this is by actually going to the inventory products page, and this might be a little bit quicker for you. And again, if you put your cursor here, you can scan the barcode, and if it'll pop up and say, hey, these are ready to go. And so we know here I've got negative 1.5 yards. That's the one I'm going to zero out today. This would be my, if the barcode came up, it would be just a single item. And then I can grab this and I can say I want to click on my on-hand quantity and actually do a count here, and I'm just going to apply it. And that will zero that inventory out and I'm right in the product, I can just do an action archive, and that product can be archived. Oops, that was not the button I wanted to push. It's gonna spin. Okay, sorry about that little that button push, but yeah, now I can archive that product. It's pulled off the website, and you should be good to go. Hopefully that helps, and let us know if you have any questions.